everyone, welcome back to our class. So today we are going to learn with a new topic, which is matrices. Okay, please turn to page 52 in your notebook, please. Okay, before we start, we're going to, this is the 3-lesson objective for today. So you should be able to define what is matrix and then represent the table of data by matrix, and then you should be able to state the order of the matrix. First, what is matrices, class? What is it actually? Okay, so matrices is actually the plural name for a matrix. Okay, matrix is a rectangular array of numbers arranged in rows and columns. Rows can be represented as M and column can be represented as N. So these two numbers are actually important. Okay, why? Because we need them to do the order of matrix. Okay, so the numbers within the bracket are called elements or components. So let's take an example. So this is the example of a matrix. So to write down a matrix, you need to put a bracket first. That is very important. Next, we have rows and columns. So rows is actually the horizontal ways, sides. Column is the vertical sides. Okay. So the number inside of the numbers represented here is actually we call elements or component here. So how do we write down the order of the matrix? So first you need to do is that you need to count how many rows they have. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 rows you write down as 4. Next, how many columns? 1, 2, 3. So you write down as 3. So we can say the order of matrix is 4 by 3 matrix. Alright? So let's do example 1. Okay, the table shows the result of inter-house soccer tournament of school A. So we have a table, and then this is the result. We have 4 houses: Anggrek, Cempaka, Melur, and Teratai. And we have the type of it. We have how many times they win, how many times of they drawn or lost. Okay, so how can you represent this data into a matrix? So let's look at here. Okay, so matrix, first you need to do a bracket. So since we have how many 1, 2, 3, 4 houses represent, we can take that as our 4 rows. So row 1. And then how many columns can we put there? So we have win, drawn and lost. So we can put 3 columns. So column 1, column 2 and column 3. So row 1, which is Anggrek. Anggrek has won 2 times with 0 drawn, which is this one, and lost 2 times, which is column 3. How about Cempaka? Cempaka, row 2, okay, won 0 times but drawn 3 times and lost 1 time. Okay, so same goes with row 3, which is Melur, and row 4, which is Teratai. So this is how we do the matrix. Okay, next, how can we state the order of the matrix? So let's count first the number of rows. So how many rows we have? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 rows, so we write down 4 by, which is multiply. How many columns? 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 columns here. So we can write down as 4 by 3 matrix. So 4 row by 3 column matrix. Alright, so the next one is that we're going to learn the types of matrices. So we have 5 types here: 0, square matrix, identity matrix, row matrix, and column matrix. So what is 0 matrix, students? So 0 matrix is when the sets of number, all of them is 0. Okay, Next, how about square matrix? So square matrix is when this matrix have the same number of columns and rows. For example, this one, the order is 2 by 2, which is 2 rows and 2 columns, which is the same. So since they are the same, we call it a square matrix. Same goes 3 by 3, like this one. Alright, so identity matrix. What is identity matrix? Okay, so if all the elements are set of numbers except those in diagonal, so this one, diagonal, the diagonal from the top left hand to the bottom right hand corner are 0 in a square matrix. So that is what we call identity matrix or diagonal matrix. Alright, the next one is row matrix. Row matrix meaning to say that it only has one row but have different numbers of columns. And column matrix is when you only have one column but different number of rows. Alright, so that are the 5 types of matrices. So next, let's try the second page, which is equal matrices. So equal matrices, from the word meaning, says that equal means the same. Matrices meant it must be more than one matrix. Okay, so given that matrix A and matrix B here, find the value of D and E if matrix A is equal to matrix B. Alright, so since these two matrices are equal, we can write down as like this: matrix A equal to matrix B. Since they are equal also, we can say that value of D is equal to 1 and value of E is equal to 2 because they are equal matrices. Alright, okay, now pause the video and I want you to do question 2, page 53. Okay, so teacher assume all of you have done example 2. Okay, now I'm going to explain to you how to do it. Alright, so on Monday, Mina bought some fruit for her mother and neighbor. So this is her record: mother, neighbor. We have apple, oranges, and pear, the type of fruits. So write down a matrix to represent the information given. So we have, how many we have? Mother and we have neighbor. So 2 sets. So we have mother and we have neighbor. Then how many types of fruit? Apples, oranges, and pears. So we can write down here: apples, oranges, and pears. So we have 3 columns and 2 rows. So this is the matrix to represent the data. Okay, next. On Tuesday, Mina bought some fruit for her mother and neighbor again. So Mina bought another set of fruits for her mother and neighbor. So this is the matrix for it. How many oranges did she buy for her mother and neighbor on Tuesday? So on Tuesday, look at back this matrix. Her mother has column 2, which is oranges, has 5 oranges, and then neighbor, which is 4 oranges. Next, how many fruit of each type did she buy for her mother on Tuesday? So on Tuesday, Mina bought her mother 5 apples, 5 oranges, and 2 pears. So the total number of fruits that Mina bought is 12 fruits. Okay, so the last one. Write down a matrix that represents Mina's combined record for Monday and Tuesday. So we can say for Monday, this is the matrix, and then for Tuesday, this is another matrix. So when we say combined, it means we have to plus. So we combine these two matrices together. When we combine, we have this sets of matrices. So this is the combination matrices of Monday's record and Tuesday record. So that is the introduction of matrices we have learned, and how we can write down the matrix by from the representation of the data. And then we learn also today this how to write down the order of the matrix. Alright, thank you.